G'day and welcome to some Chillout 3D modeling. I'm Eric, and today I'm going to be making a little girl to be rescued by the soldier I had made for my 100 subscriber little animation. As always, you should have a reference image to base your 3D model off of. This is useful for just keeping your style consistent, especially if you're making it over a long period of time or take breaks in between. You don't want to come back and have one arm a different style to the rest of it. It also allows you to just have something in the back of your head while you're modeling it, just to base it off of, because it's really difficult to make things just out of your head. Like the soldier and the sci-fi gun I've made previously, this character is going to be using a low poly and gradient map style. This style I really enjoy making, just because it's really fast, and it just allows you to work with and figure out what colors you're going to work with as you go along. You don't have to leave it all till the very end and figure that out when you get there. You get to pick and choose, try different colors, see how different colors work with different shapes, and it's just really fun. And it's one I recommend for anybody who's starting with making 3D models. Get a gradient map. I even have mine you can just download it off my Discord if you want to. It just allows you to work really quick and have a lot of fun making 3D models. This character I'm making for a possible animation I might try to attempt later, where this little girl is left on a planet that has been evacuated due to some either end of the world event or alien invasion or something that I'll think of later. But as the soldier is trying to evacuate as well, he notices the little girl and goes to take her with him to evacuate. However, through some event that I'm yet to make up, they cannot reach the evacuation point. So the soldier has to end up looking after this little girl and protecting her from the harsh environments of this dangerous planet. The reference image behind that I'm basing it off of was made for me by a good friend. They're really good at drawing, and the characters I've decided to make a little more sci-fi than the drawing entails. Like the soldier in the drawing is perceived as having more of a Vietnam War style, whereas I decide to give it more of a Warhammer kind of feel. It ended up leaning in that direction. The little girl, on the other hand, I tend to retain most of the reference image, how it's portrayed, with the gas mask that is inspired by the World War II Disney gas masks, which is creepy in its own right, so making it here for the little girl will give her a sense of uneasiness whenever you see her with a cute gas mask. As the characters are low poly and use a very simple texturing style, I also tend to leave the modifiers down to a minimum. In this case, I just use a mirror modifier so that it's the same on both sides, as you'd expect. And I think a solidify for the hair, that is done later on. With the character's hair, I've always found hair quite difficult to quite difficult to do, usually because it's lots of strands of lots of little strands, and that's just really hard. So in this case, due to the low poly nature of this character, I copy a large chunk of their head and add a solidify modifier to it to give it some thickness out from the head. And then I added the 2 pigtails to the back of the head to make it more hair-like. The hair is very simple, and it allows me to avoid doing too complicated of a hairpiece. The hands of the little girl I just copied from the soldier. I then have to go through and make sure the proportions of the hand fit those of a little girl. So all the fingers will be shortened to make the hands feel younger and out of proportion to a normal full adult hand. The little girl in this case, all the colours that I use a majority pink, as that is the colour I've chosen to be her favourite colour since she's a little girl, and quite a lot of little girls tend to like pink. I know it's a stereotype, but it works. I've also going to make the overcoat, the overalls, a purpley blue to make it feel like a denim overalls, as that's like a little kid easy option for clothing. I've also got bright yellow boots. That's the final color I settle on, as like big old gum boots. It's a classic kids outfit, and I use it for my cute psycho girl that I made for my university course in that you can download off of my Sketchfab, where you can also find all of my 3D models most of my 3D models that you can download from there. Now that we approach the end of the 3D modeling process, I don't have to take you over to texturing, but straight over to the final renders. If you are watching this far, I want to thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. It means a lot to me, and it gives me a lot of motivation to continue. 100 people is crazy. That's a lot of people. I've known too many. I'll continue to make more, and I hope to see you around for the next model I make, or even the animation if I make that fast enough. I want to wish you a good rest of your day, night, wherever you are. Have a good one.